The city sprawled beneath a veil of perpetual dusk, a twisted labyrinth of secrets and shadows that clung to its very soul. The fog, thick as despair, crept through the alleys, cloaking the sins that festered in the heart of the urban abyss. My name is Richard Donovan, and the haunted whispers of this city have been etched into the marrow of my bones. It was the winter of '47, a time when the air held a chill that cut through even the thickest of trench coats. I was a detective, haunted by memories that lurked in the corners of my mind like phantoms, forever out of reach but always watching. The Ace of Spades case, as they called it, would drag me deeper into the shadows than I ever thought possible, forcing me to confront the demons I had long tried to bury. The first clue surfaced in the dimly lit office, a space that reeked of stale cigarettes and regrets. The call came on a night shrouded in rain, the drops tapping against the window like a morose melody. I picked up the phone, the crackling voice on the other end delivering a message that sent shivers down my spine. "Ace of Spades, Donovan. It's time to face the music." The line went dead, leaving behind an unsettling silence that hung in the air like a spectral presence. The name sent tremors through my past, awakening memories that had been carefully sealed away. The Ace of Spades was a ghost I thought I'd left behind, a nightmare that clawed at the edges of my sanity. The trail began at the docks, where the stench of decay mingled with the acrid tang of salt in the air. The first victim, a lowlife named Eddie Snake Eyes Malone, lay sprawled on the damp cobblestones, his life snuffed out with the precision of a surgeon. The Ace of Spades stared up from the puddle of blood like a malevolent omen. The crime scene whispered of ritual, the precision of the wounds hinting at a calculated killer with a penchant for theatrics. Malone's pockets yielded only a crumpled photograph, a faded image of a shadowy figure in a dark alley, the face obscured by the inky depths. The city had its secrets, and they were buried deep within the folds of the Ace of Spades. As I delved into the underbelly of the city, I crossed paths with a femme fatale named Isabella Sinclair, a sultry siren with a voice that could coax confessions from stone-cold killers. Her eyes held the secrets of 1,000 betrayals, and she danced on the edge of danger with the grace of a cat on a tightrope. Isabella claimed to have information, a key to unraveling the enigma of the Ace of Spades. She led me to the smoky depths of a jazz club, where the saxophone wailed like a banshee mourning lost souls. In the dim glow of a crimson spotlight, she slid a photograph across the table. A group of men, faces obscured by the darkness, gathered around a card table. "Recognize anyone?" Isabella purred. My gaze lingered on a figure in the shadows, a silhouette that stirred echoes of a past I had tried desperately to forget. The man in the photograph wore a familiar fedora, and the glint of a detective's badge caught the dim light. Harlan Granger. I muttered, the name a bitter taste on my tongue. Granger, my former partner, had vanished without a trace years ago, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and the stench of betrayal. Isabella's eyes glinted with a dangerous allure. Granger was knee-deep in something dirty. The Ace of Spades is the key to unlocking the secrets he took to the grave. The city became a chessboard, each move carefully calculated as I traced Granger's last known steps. The clues unfolded like a dark tapestry, revealing a conspiracy that reached into the highest echelons of power. A clandestine meeting in an abandoned warehouse exposed a secret society, the Black Rose, a cabal that had thrived in the city's underbelly for generations. The Black Rose, with its tendrils wrapped around the city's throat, held the key to the Ace of Spades. Each victim, a pawn sacrificed in a game of power and malevolence. The warehouse walls echoed with the murmurs of a ritual, a ceremony that transcended the boundaries of sanity. The Ace of Spades, a symbol of their dark covenant, marked the descent into madness. As I navigated the web of deceit, the shadows of my own past clung to me like a second skin. The memories, long suppressed, clawed their way to the surface. A woman's scream, the acrid scent of gunsmoke, the taste of regret that lingered like bitter ash. The Ace of Spades had haunted me before, a specter that whispered of sins I could never atone for. The trail led to a dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of the city, a decaying relic that seemed to breathe with a malevolent energy. The mansion's grandeur had faded, its once opulent halls now swallowed by darkness. The Ace of Spades, etched on the entrance in dripping red paint, greeted me like a macabre welcome. The mansion pulsed with an otherworldly force, its walls whispering secrets that only I could hear. The past and present collided in a kaleidoscope of horrors as the mansion became a theater of my darkest memories. Granger's phantom guided me through the halls, his voice a haunting echo that reverberated through the corridors. In the heart of the mansion, a room bathed in an ethereal glow revealed the culmination of the ritual, the Black Rose, adorned in hooded robes, encircling a grotesque altar. A figure, face hidden beneath a porcelain mask, presided over the ceremony, the Ace of Spades clutched in a gloved hand. The ritual reached its climax, the air thick with a malevolent energy that seemed to claw at the fabric of reality. As the Black Rose chanted in unison, the room transformed into a nightmarish tableau, a grotesque manifestation of my own sins. The woman's scream, the scent of gunsmoke, the taste of regret, all converged in a symphony of horror. The figures in the robes contorted into grotesque parodies of the victims, their faces twisted with agony. The Ace of Spades, a spectral presence, hovered above the altar like a harbinger of doom. The room pulsed with a deafening heartbeat, each throb resonating with the sins of the past. Granger's phantom stood at the center, his accusing gaze penetrating the depths of my soul. The Black Rose, their voices a cacophony of torment, beckoned me to join their wretched dance. In a moment of clarity, I saw the truth. The Ace of Spades was a conduit, a vessel for the darkness that lurked within the city's veins. The Black Rose, fueled by the sins of the past, sought to unleash a malevolent force that transcended mortal comprehension. With a resolve born of desperation, I confronted Granger's phantom, the specter of betrayal that had haunted me for years. His voice, a tortured whisper, revealed the depths of his corruption, the choices that led him down a path of damnation. The ritual reached its crescendo, the mansion trembling with the unleashed power. The Black Rose, their faces contorted in agony, dissolved into the shadows as the Ace of Spades hovered above the altar. With a surge of will, I shattered the mask that concealed the face of the figure presiding over the ceremony. The room erupted in a blinding light as the malevolent force recoiled, the Ace of Spades crumbling into ashes. The mansion, no longer bound by the sinister ritual, seemed to exhale a sigh of relief as the darkness retreated. In the aftermath, the city awoke from its nightmare, the fog lifting to reveal the harsh reality of a world forever scarred by its own sins. The Black Rose, its power shattered, faded into obscurity, leaving behind the remnants of a conspiracy that had spanned generations. Granger's phantom lingered in the fading echoes of the mansion, his spectral gaze filled with a haunted resignation. As the shadows receded, I felt the weight of the past lift from my shoulders, the sins that had clung to me dissipating like mist in the morning sun. The Ace of Spades, once a symbol of my torment, now lay in ruins, a shattered relic of a malevolent force that had sought to consume the city's soul. The whispers of the past, though not forgotten, became a distant echo, their power weakened by the light of truth. As I emerged from the decaying mansion, the city greeted me with a newfound clarity. The rain had ceased, and the first light of dawn painted the sky in hues of pink and gold. The fog, once thick with the weight of secrets, dissipated like a lingering dream. The Ace of Spades case had unraveled the threads of my own haunted past, a journey through the shadows that forced me to confront the sins I had long tried to bury. The city, scarred and haunted, would carry the echoes of its own darkness, but for now, a fragile peace settled over its streets. I walked away from the decaying mansion, the weight of the past lifting with each step. The city, with its twisted alleys and hidden secrets, held its mysteries close, but the horror that had gripped its heart had been vanquished. The night had yielded to the dawn, and I, a detective haunted by his own past, stepped into the uncertain light of a new day.